Hello, I am Sophia Massad,
And I'm Tristan Todd,
and this is Soundheads.
where we get into the minds of the music industry.
Today we have RatF
Yeah!
on our podcast, and we are so excited to talk to him about his career and
You know, what your role in the music industry and how you came to be. Give us kind of like a rundown, a synopsis,
yeah,
where you came from, and then where you're at now.
what makes your RatF.
What makes you think at night? What keeps you up at night? Yeah, I did music when I was like 5. I started playing drums because my brother was playing guitar, and he was like, "You do drums because you can't both do guitar." I was like, "Okay."
Right.
Yeah, we just kind of jammed out, and I was probably offbeat most of my life, actually. And then, yeah, I just started getting more comfortable with drums, and then I was like, you know what, I want to write songs. So I taught myself guitar, and then my brother and I he let me play drums in his like band. So that was cool. And then, yeah, it was time for me to graduate high school somehow, and I was able to. And then I wanted to go to ACM and produce stuff. So mainly just for myself, I think. But yeah, RatF came along because my grandmother, we would play poker. She taught me poker when I was like 5.
Nice.
Also, very
Oh.
corrupt. Yeah, she's like, "Give me your money."
I'm
know
trying
your
to
parents
swindle
are
this
loaded.
kid right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you were playing for money when you were 5.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, she would say like if I won or I took her money, she'd be like, "Oh, you RatF," and I was like, "What the f-? What did she say?" She was like, "Yeah, it means like you're a weasel or you're a scoundrel or something." And I was like, "That sounds
Okay.
way cooler than you described it as," but okay. And I just kind of wrote it down, and then like I was in a few bands. I was like, "What do you guys think about this name?" And they're like, "Oh, that sounds weird." And I was like, "Okay, fuck you."
Right.
And I took it for myself, so I think it's
Nice.
cool. I did the exclamation point because it's already a thing. It's like some kind of
It's that motor
artist.
mouse.
Yeah, that motor mouse
I know
rat
exactly
thing.
what you're talking about.
But I was more interested in it because on Wikipedia it says RatF was like the anti-hero, or the idea of it was the anti-hero to Mickey Mouse, and I thought
Yeah.
that sounded cool.
Nice.
Because, I don't know, I just like the idea of the character not being the perfect person or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's really cool, yeah.
To give you a way long-winded answer, there you go.
No, that's totally fine. What were some of the projects that you worked? You said you were in several bands before RatF came into being. What were those projects?
Like I said, it was just with my brother. He has always been a great songwriter and stuff. So I played drums with him. We're actually now starting to play again and write again
Right on.
as Ash Bros, which is my real last name. I won't give out that information though.
The government's
Yet.
always listening.
Yeah, so yeah, we've always just like classic rock and stuff, so that's kind of the vibe. And then just like some high school bands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never really played in a band except this one.
Right on.
Yeah, I produced for Linka for a while, so that was cool. And yeah.
Right
So, tell us about like whenever you decided to become RatF.
Oh, yeah, I released like a solo album in senior year of high school, and it's
Dang.
still on Bandcamp, I think.
Oh, shoot.
It's hot garbage, but you can check it out if you want. I leave it
yeah.
up there because
I'm sure
I
it's
literally
cool.
take it down, and people are like, "Can you put it back up?" I'm like, "Why?"
It's
Do you even
cool to
listen
look
to my
back
new?
on.
It's
cool-
true. It's
it's
Yeah,
true.
cool to,
that's
I was
cool.
like, "Do you
look
even
back
listen to my new stuff?" Because that would help. No,
That'd be
but
nice.
they're good songs and stuff. It's just dog shit quality. So, because I use like I don't know if you guys have heard of it, Gilson maybe. I don't know, an Inbox Pro.
I know exactly
Like
what
literally
you're
2
talking
inputs.
Yeah.
And that's what I use. So yeah, that's how it came to be. It was like being just like writing sad love songs and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Very cool.
That's
So
how it started.
when was your first show?
Oh,
When and where?
yeah, crazily enough, yeah, just last year at the deli, I got a show together, and that's, yeah, when I released my single last year, It'd Be Worth It If You Broke My Heart, people liked it, so,
That's really cool.
yeah, and that was in March, so, fast forward to May, and, who asked me to play? I don't know. Everything's a blur. But someone asked me to play, and I was like, hell yeah, I'd love to play. So May of last year
Okay.
at the deli, the deli's great.
That's really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the deli, the vibe.
Yeah.
It's
It's just like, the perfect dive bar.
It totally is, especially for like local music and just local bands in general. It's just like
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a rite of passage is playing a show at the deli.
Yeah.
To kinda
That's how you
like,
start. That's how
kinda
Linka.
like-
That's how Linka started too.
yeah, you
actually.
gotta like
Yeah.
just knock it out and like I said, it's kind of like a rite of passage for a lot of local musicians.
Yeah,
It's like
for
get a
sure.
show at the
Yeah.
deli,
And
play
you
there.
made it.
You
made
You
it.
made it.
For real though.
That's like a good introduction into like the live scene in general, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's really cool that like your time frame of when you started just like starting a project after like COVID-19, that you're
Yeah.
like probably the first project that I've heard of come out of that. And
Okay.
especially like now, like kind of like, I mean, you released your recent music and it sounds awesome and you're kind of
Thank you.
like growing as an artist and stuff, and so it's really cool to see like somebody come out of the pandemic when it was such like a
Yeah,
wasteland
a
for the
dark
music
time.
industry, the dark
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, thank you. No, that's funny that you mentioned that because I had, Pedro Perez as a drummer, and he went to ACM, and I had him come over to tune my drums because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I was like, just make them sound like Ringo Starr or whatever, because I like Ringo Starr's drum sounds.
Love 'em.
And then now, like, everywhere you listen to indie music, like
It's like
every
that's the drum
drums,
style,
yeah, they're
yeah.
just
Yeah.
dead and cool sounding. So, but yeah, he came over and was like tuned them, and I was like, dude, we should like, I have some songs like we should play, and like, would you play in my band? He's like, yeah. And this was like in March of
Wow.
2020, so it was like right before
Yeah,
COVID
right
hit. I was like,
before.
God damn
Yeah.
it. So I was like, I was ready, y'all. But then yeah, it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
So so Pedro Perez is an original member.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Shout out Pedro. He's a
Yay.
great drummer.
Do you feel like COVID kind of gave you more time to write songs and like expand upon that project?
Well, actually, so I have a song coming out on July 15th, and that song I wrote in 2020, early 2020. So, a lot of the songs I play now and am releasing now are actually like 2 years old. So, I guess I'm just trying to release all my old stuff first
Yeah.
and like
Okay.
make it better. Like songs, sometimes I'll be like, oh, this needs a tempo change or something. So it's cool. They evolve. So I guess they're new and old in a way, but they're the substance of them are they're for sure older songs. Yeah,
Nice.
That's really cool.
yeah. Thank
So
you.
I feel like I don't know, I guess I feel like I've heard RatF for so many years, and you're saying your first show is in,
Was in
what was it, March?
May of 2021.
Yeah, man.
or-
May of
or
21.
We kind of got
Last
together in
year.
March, and then in May you
You've
played
heard
your
it for so many years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It does feel
It's
like you've
been
been
around,
around
yeah.
for a while, but it
It's
doesn't.
only been a year.
That's insane to think about.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that, I guess. I mean, like I said, I produced for Linka, but I never
Right.
really released solo stuff. I still feel like that's like partially my work and like my passion
Yeah.
was to work with her because it was like a 50-50 thing, and
Mhm.
producing was really fun
Very
with
cool.
her. So, I mean, if that's where you heard it. But other than
Yeah.
that, I don't know. Time flies.
Yeah, for real.
guess.
This whole last few years, I feel
So-
like have been kind of blurry.
Yeah. What was your first song that you released?
So it was with my now roommate, Late Night Messages, who's a really talented young kid.
Yeah.
And he's been doing songs since like 2015 when he was like a toddler, I guess. He's young. He's a
Dang.
young guy. So yeah, keep an eye out for him. He's really talented. But he was actually a fan of Linka and was like, "Oh, I love you guys' music," and he would like cover our songs, and I was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Oh,
really
this-"
cool. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know how to play our songs, so that's really talented. So
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, if you have anything to send me that you want to work on, that'd be cool, because he also sings and stuff. So
Yeah.
the first song I released as RatF, I would say officially was called Pre-War Love. That's on Spotify, and it's my most played song.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first one.
Nice.
For
So
sure.
fast forward, was your first
There we go.
musical
Give or take.
It Would Be Worth It If You Broke My Heart?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate music videos to my core, to be honest. I think for local artists especially, I think they're
Mhm.
really hard for people to engage in that. Like for
Yeah.
people to like, oh, okay, I'll click out of here and watch it for
Yeah.
3 minutes or more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
So it's
see that.
discouraging. Like we're not Kendrick Lamar. Like, we don't have that fan base. Sorry to be negative and shit.
No,
but, like,
no,
it's
I
true.
think
It's
that's a
like,
good pointer. That's like a reality
yeah,
check
like
for-
like that's the last music video I watched was a Kendrick, his latest
Mhm.
video, whatever that was, and
Yeah.
like the budget for that is just like holy shit. How do you compete with that? You know what I mean? Like we already have to make our music sound as good as
Right.
the big names, so having the music video is just like so stressful.
It's rough, yeah.
Yeah.
So that being said, I have a new music video in work, so
Nice.
yeah, music videos are not my thing.
Well, and that's interesting that you say that because it's kind of strange that sometimes I'll come across a local video and I'll be like, oh, I should watch it. But it almost like takes me away from it being so produced, you know? Like whenever I saw your video, I thought, oh, cool. Like it's more, I guess, at home style or more indie.
Yeah.
And it almost pulled me in more. Like I was
Oh,
more
okay, cool.
intrigued that it was more raw and authentic.
To be fair, a lot of the music videos I do enjoy are super raw like that. Like,
Yeah.
I listen to bands like Wunderbar or even the Growlers, like early music videos.
Yeah,
like
like
all of those music
super-
videos are
excuse
just
me,
super raw and like,
VHS-y and
Yeah.
and I actually
film.
dig that. It's
Yeah,
either
that's
like
true.
that or it's like so well produced that it's a Gorillaz music video, and
Right.
I
That's
dig
true.
that. But I feel like anywhere in between, it's like
right. You either can go
Yeah.
really shitty and like have it grainy and look like shit, and it's like okay, that's charming,
Yeah.
or like I said, like a
The
Kendrick
super
Lamar
produced,
video, and you're
yeah.
like, wow, this is like a movie, bro.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, you're like, this is neither. So that's my fear.
Yeah.
that's hit us with all the hot takes. That's what we need.
I'm not, that's my personal thing. Like, I'm sure,
Mhm.
like, there's artists out there that can do that,
Right.
For me, though, I don't like it to look like an in-between, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
I want it to look,
100%.
like you said, if it's, like, kind of that homey look,
Yeah.
then it brings you in. Yeah, like, that's the goal for me. Or I want it to be cinematic, so I don't know.
Right.
I personally think it's almost a waste of time because I don't know, like you put a lot of work into it, and I think that video on YouTube has like 200 views or something. Not saying those 200 views don't count.
They count.
Maybe I'm being ungrateful, but I don't know. It's like it's just
well,
a lot of
and
work.
you
a lot
should
of
know
stress.
too. I look at that and I'm like, damn, he put so much work into this, and he got like 200 views. Like that in my mind, I'm like, congrats. You
Well,
know,
thank you. You're right.
like
Yeah.
that's still a great thing, and
You're right.
you didn't have to pay just $10,000 for it.
You're right.
I hope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
We don't know your budget.
I don't know your budget.
Maybe because my ex is in that video, I just hate it.
There's
Ooh.
some hard
Well-
feelings.
yeah.
So I have one more question about it. Like, did you direct it and like kind of think about all the shots you wanted and
Yeah, I wanted it to tie into the dark humor of the song,
Mhm.
which I don't think it's humorous, but I think Jarvix described it that way, and I was like,
Mm.
I kind of like that because
Yeah.
it's like one of the lines is like "shoot me down dead," and it's like a love song. I don't know. It
it's a
kind of reminds me
little
like
dark?
yeah, it's a little dark.
I dig it though. I
damn.
dig the
Yeah.
yeah. dark humor.
Yeah, but it's like I wanted that to like I guess kind of incorporate into it a little bit.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I just kind of winged it and was like, I kind of like the idea of a one take, and I also I actually sped up the song to lip sync to, and then slowed it down. It's like,
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, a lot of bands did that in like the early 2000s. I think like
Yeah.
Coldplay and Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, like they'll speed the song up and then you have to lip sync it fast, and then when they slow it down, like somehow,
You like slow the time down just like
yeah,
little
and,
bit.
and you're still lip syncing it, but it looks slow mo. And I always love that. And I don't know if you can really tell in that video, but
Yeah.
that's
That's
still
super
like
cool.
a really cool, interesting technique though.
yeah, it was
Very creative.
It was kind of hard, yeah. But I would do it again. But they're just they're kind of hard. Right now, the current music video I'm doing, I told my roommate, I was like, you can edit it because he loves that kind of stuff. He's like, I'll do it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's really exciting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like music videos. I just think they're I almost
Just hit or miss.
I almost think they're dying. Like I think it's like a dying medium for some artists. I don't know.
No, I think that's like there's definitely some truth behind like that kind of take. I mean, the last music video I even watched was like a literal like Gorillaz music video that when they were releasing a lot of their singles, like
Yeah.
what was it like a year ago or something? They were coming
Right.
out with like a new single like
Mhm.
almost every couple weeks or
Yeah,
something like
Yeah.
and you were like a dedicated fan, so you're
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, I'll watch
So I'm
this.
like, all right,
They're like, who
Sweet.
fuck-
Yeah.
This one has Elton John in it, bet.
Right?
Right.
Like, all right, let me just call Elton John real quick to begin a RatF.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah,
But-
so you can't compete. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
it's tough. It's
But I
rough.
appreciate you saying what you
Yeah.
said. I just burped in the mic. Sorry.
No, well, it's
Sorry,
it's
Gilson.
fine.
That was the theme of our last
That was
podcast.
we
so-
literally talked about it last podcast too, so it's fine.
Perfect.
But I will say, like, music videos are totally a dying culture, I feel like, because
Okay, cool.
TikTok
Not crazy.
and Instagram Reels, it's hard to get people's attention for more than like 6 seconds. You know, they say make your TikToks 4 to 6 seconds. And it's almost like,
That's crazy.
how long should my song be?
4 to 5 seconds.
4 to 5
Yeah.
seconds.
I mean, you'll have some TikTok artists who are really talented
Mhm.
show a preview, and it's just like the chorus or whatever. And like this one artist did that, and yeah, they had a great catchy chorus, but I would see it like 10 times a day sometimes, I feel like.
And you get to the point you're like, I don't.
Yeah,
listen to
well,
it."
and they were like, they were teasing the shit out of it, and they weren't releasing it. And I think like this month they were releasing it. And this was like months ago. I was like, dude, I'm tired of the song already. You showed me the
Yeah.
hook. You know, if you play the hook over and over, it's like
It loses
musicians
the
know.
magic, Yeah.
Musicians know if you listen to your own song, like you start to hate it.
Yeah,
you know, what
no,
I
I
mean?
totally feel that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I hate that aspect of it. I think it can be done right though. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you post and you're like, hey, my song's coming out in 2 weeks. I'm like, perfect. You know. But yeah, our attention spans are dwindling. 'Cause I'm with you, and I'm guilty of it. Yeah.
So, switching gears, your most recent release, Lost in the Fade, right?
Yes,
Okay.
back in June.
Yeah, in June. Tell us about that song a little bit. Like, what was your creative process? I guess it was you and your roommate,
Yes,
right?
late
Okay,
night
that's cool.
messages.
Very good song, very
Thank you.
catchy. I
Thank
really like
you.
that one. But I really like the lyrics really stick out to me, which I like. You're a very good lyricist. Did you write all those lyrics yourself? And what was kind of your process? Do you normally do like music and then lyrics, or vice versa?
Oh, good question.
The whole process.
I'll have some lyrics tucked away in my notes on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Get an iPhone. No, I'm, just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
yeah.
helping you.
Oh
an
man,
iPhone.
I
Give
know. I've had an Android now for like over a decade, and I can't switch.
We have
We're
like 2
ashamed of
options here. There's like better phones in China. And we can't get them because we're the United States. Anyway, lyrics or music. Like I said, I'll like have some cool one-liners written down.
Mm-hmm.
I never have like a poem or some shit written down. Usually I like have to feel the song and I'm like, all right, do I want this to be absolutely heartbreaking? Or do I want this to be cool and like fun? So for that song, again, Late Night Messages brought me kind of the chords, and he had that hook. Only
Nice.
way to contain getting lost in the fade. And I was like, oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
And he had different lyrics, and I was like, what if we kind of switched it around and made it really heartbreaking? So like, break me up
Yeah.
into shapes. Yeah, like only way to contain getting lost in the fade. Break me up into shapes. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I kind of helped write the lyrics for the hook. So yeah, I usually write gibberish to like
Honestly?
melodies, because like if I have a good melody, sometimes I have shit lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll have a really good melody and then like really trash lyrics, and then later I'll be like, okay, these are better lyrics. Not saying that his were. I'm just saying like,
Right.
what if we did this? And then yeah, I think it's just like a heartbreak song. We wanted to like really make it dramatic, I guess.
That's really cool though.
Yeah, I think my verse, again, we did this last year too, in
Right.
2021. And yeah, we just decided to finish it up. And my verse had a pretty similar melody. The lyrics were about something else at the time, and then, you know, fast forward to a year later, I had like different experiences or whatever. So it was like kind of like regret or, you know,
Kind of recontextualized like
yeah,
the whole meaning of it. and
yeah.
everything.
So
That's cool.
yeah, and I think on my verse I have a lot of alliteration in the first part, like honey, hope your hotel heart has.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey.
know. I like. I'm not trying to flex or anything, but I don't know. I just like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I want to go all out if I'm just doing a
Yeah,
verse,
no, for
one
sure.
verse. I want to make it good. So
A solid verse.
thank you.
Do you feel like you go back on your lyrics a lot and like reconstruct them before it's released? Or is it like once you write it, it's written?
Set in stone.
Oh, no. I'm the same. Like, you can talk to my bandmates too about even like set lists, and maybe you guys are the same way. But
Mhm.
like, let's switch this song around. They're like, God damn it. They're like, why? And I'm like, it just doesn't sound right. So
Yeah,
it's the
gotta
same.
flow.
I
Same
mean,
with lyrics.
and even like, and we can transition to live performance too,
Yeah.
but with the set list you were talking about, I feel like, I mean, I'm guilty of changing around set lists like last minute, or like a song just doesn't feel right in the moment when you're like up on stage performing it or whatever, and you're like, let's skip this one for now, and we
Yeah.
might play it again later or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
I totally feel that like.
Yeah.
Do you
it has
guys
to be in the
have
right
do you guys have burner songs where you're like, if we run out of time, we're skipping this one?
Yeah.
Do you guys do
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
like
think-
know the ones.
I
Yeah.
hate that. I
We're
hate
playing.
that because there always is a burner song. But I like to think all my songs are good enough to be played.
Yeah,
But
totally.
there's always the one song,
There's always
I
one.
mean-
and there's always the one lyric that you need to change.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. I don't know. What were we gonna say?
There's always that one person though that loves that burner song, you know?
I know
Even
exactly
if you
what
might
you're
not like
talking
it,
about.
and it might not be like the
They're
vibe
like the
of
one
the,
huge fan of that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
particular
Like-
song.
They're like ready for it, and they're like, God, not a
Yeah.
fan.
It's the whole reason I came to this show.
Right.
See, oh, now you're making me feel
No, no,
really
no.
shitty. Like,
I
fuck,
mean,
I'm gonna play all of my songs. Sorry,
in
sound guy.
contrast to that, we also always have, even though we're not necessarily big enough to get an encore every time, but we always have backup like encore material
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you all a trick.
too. Okay.
All right, so to get the encore, you have to pay someone to scream.
Is that
You
the
need a
song?
plant?
We
Yes.
have to
This
have
is
a
what
No,
you're
no,
telling
not
me?
even that. I go a step further. I had this idea, and my bandmates think it's the stupidest idea ever. Is having someone bring me a note, be like, "Oh, we have a request. It's one of our songs."
One
And
of
they're
our
like,
songs that
just-
everybody
they're like,
knows.
"Jesus Christ, don't do that." I'm like, "Fuck you guys."
Honestly,
I'm gonna do that
though,
one day. Yeah.
Honestly, if it works and you get the encore,
Yeah.
It's funny. It's charming. Like,
yeah,
come on, we're local. Like, let us play another song.
Yeah.
I
I'm
dig
just
it.
kidding.
As long as
Sound,
it's
sound
free
guys
bird.
hate them.
I think it's cool. I always try to get encores out at local bands. I always, I feel like a lot of local bands that I know just have like a really cool like encore song ready that they just didn't include in their set just because they're hoping for that like little bit of like
Yeah.
recognition of like we could do one more and it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Do you want
And so
it?
I
Yeah.
always, I'm always like, if it's a local band, I'm like, encore, show me what you got, show me the hidden
Yeah.
stuff, the hidden
Fuck yeah.
gems.
Yeah,
And so
we have that hoax, like, oh, we're done, and then we have the police or whatever, which everyone seems to like. So I really, I don't know. I think, I guess I get self-conscious about the order sometimes, because we always play that last. And I'm wondering if people are like, oh, this one
Yeah.
again, you know? Like, I almost want to play it first or something.
Right.
Or, I don't know. But it's a great closer. Everyone's got a great
Yeah.
closer. I feel like that's the opener and the closer for my set is the
Mm.
most
Always
important.
fire,
I don't
yeah.
know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, you
yeah.
gotta pull the people in, and then you
Yeah.
gotta send them off with your song in their head.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everything in between is hard as shit.
Yeah.
I feel like is it too slow?
It's a blur.
Please stay paying attention.
Yeah.
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 good.
So, on the subject of live shows, what is your worst live show experience?
You don't have to name drop venues or anything, but just give us like the experience.
I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, it's my fault. But
Oh man.
I think the Speakeasy once, and I'm surprised they let me keep playing. I just got really fucking drunk, and I think I broke like a tequila glass or a tequila shot
Oh,
glass.
no.
Yeah. I don't know how though. I wasn't like, yeah, but I was like, I like kicked it over or something. I was like, oh, that broke.
Oh, no.
But
Maybe
I
it's
don't
part
know.
of the aesthetic. It's just-
That's
That's right. I've been kicked off their speakers before. Just like standing on them. They're like, get off.
oh
You know?
shit, lame.
Yeah, you can't do
okay.
that.
I'm gonna do it anyways. Now. Gotta start a petition.
Please.
Please, Speakeasy. I'm just kidding.
We
you
love you
guys.
Yeah, we
guys.
love you as Speakeasy.
Yeah. No, literally, they're the only ones booking me right now. So
We
please.
love 'em.
Yeah.
What's your best show experience?
Oh, let me rewind real quick. One
Yeah,
time I
okay.
hit a mic stand down, and I almost hit these girls in front of me.
Oh
I
man.
was like, oh my god! Imagine if I like hit their face. That feels so bad.
They would have loved
Luckily,
it.
luckily they were like Neo, and they're like,
just
and
dodged it as it
missed,
was coming.
and I was like, thank God. And then I don't know. I felt so bad. In the middle of it, I was like, are you guys okay? They're like, no, you're good. I was like, thank God.
They're
I don't
like,
know, that was
"Please
it was,
scar
just,
me."
it was a little cringy. So yeah, I think that was one of the worst. One of the best shows. I don't know. I had a lot of fun at my first show. I feel like I went all out. I was like, all right, no one knows who I am really. No one's seen me perform yet. I just want to be a weird person up
Yeah.
here. So I think I like wore some like booty shorts and like
Nice.
eventually
Let's
stripped down to
go.
that. Yeah. So I'm a little too lazy for that now. And old. It's like a year ago.
I was like, back in the day.
Back in the day, the whole Rat Fink was punk rocker. Now he's a crooner.
I mean, that's the deli vibe, though. Go all
Yeah.
out, do what you want.
Yeah.
The audience is always like involved,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right there with you. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know. I've had a lot of good shows.
Nice.
So I don't know. I'm really thankful to just have people enjoy the music and stuff. So yeah, they've all been really fun. Speakeasy is always great, though.
Yeah. I love playing there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
One of the best in OKC, I'd say. What about
So-
you guys? What's your
well,
favorite
so-
venue? Sorry, I'm flipping it.
no.
I'm flipping it on its head here.
All right,
I'm
what
asking you guys.
Oh.
What's your favorite venue?
Locally or just in general?
Oh, the cathedral in Rome. they say.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like not to play favorites. Just like what's like one of your favorite?
Yeah,
and they're
for
like,
sure.
I mean, the speakeasy is always really nice. It always feels really homey every time I play there, I feel like.
Yeah, they always
I'm trying to
pull like a
think.
really like music scene oriented crowd, you know? Like
That's
people
so-
who are
yeah.
going there are going there for music, you
So
know?
true. And there's so many layers to that place. There's
Yeah.
like a hidden DJ. I mean, it's a
Upstairs,
speakeasy.
yeah.
Isn't that what a speakeasy
Right.
is?
It's
It
a
has like a
hidden
hidden thing.
venue.
Yeah. And then the patio and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
I've had good experiences at Blue Note the few times I've gotten a chance to play Blue Note. I
Yeah.
love they always had like a really kick sound system. I thought I always sounded like really good there. I can hear myself pretty clear, and
Yeah.
at least from my point of view. I don't know if it was as clear in the audience or anything, but from my point of view,
Right.
and I feel like that's a huge confidence boost when I'm performing, is if I can hear myself well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it my all. But if I can't hear myself well, I get kind of nervous. I'm like, crap,
Or
does
if
this
like
sound good?
all the bass is
Right.
cut out,
Yeah.
and you're like, why do I sound like this?
And
Yeah.
it kind of like dampens my confidence when I'm performing. But Blue Note, I feel like, has always, their sound system was good enough. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's like since it's changed, and I haven't played there probably
Yeah,
in like
renovated.
probably since before 2020. So
Really?
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
been a
yes,
while.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that my two like favorite shows that we played, we had a Come Back Home, that was one of our songs, release show at the Speakeasy back in the day, and that was such a fun show. It's so
yeah.
nice to like get that room packed.
Yeah.
There's so much space for people to like dance, and then also the bars right there. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I also love playing at Pony Boy.
Yeah.
We played there back in August, and that was great. We actually had people want an encore, which was cool.
yeah.
Ooh, they were screaming encore.
Yeah.
It was,
We didn't
it was-
pay anybody that time.
No, we didn't.
Wow, lucky sons.
Yeah, I
of
know.
bitches.
It was
Yeah.
luck. It was just roll of the dice.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think those are like similar venues structure wise. Like they both got the big floor
yeah,
and then
bar's
the bar
like
right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both like I feel like music people go to both of
Mhm.
those, which isn't true for every venue, I
Yeah.
guess. Sometimes it's just like people are here for the bar, but at those venues I feel like people are there for whatever music is happening and they're
Mhm.
like here for it and excited. Similar to
Yeah.
the deli. We
Yeah.
always have fun at the deli as well.
That
Yeah.
was great.
I don't know, there's so many good venues in
Yeah.
There are.
Oklahoma. We're lucky.
I'm just taking notes because like I said, I only play at the Speakeasy, so I'm trying
Right.
to venture
I mean,
out.
I do love the Speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've always
Blue Note
been
opening
great
back
to
up
us.
again though could be a game changer. I feel
Is that
like
Yeah.
have you
Are
seen
they?
their like any of their pictures for their new stage or any?
I
of the
didn't know
renovations?
that was happening. Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a whole
yeah.
renovation. They have like new tables and chairs in the whole venue. Like the stage is totally
Yeah.
lit differently and set up differently. and-
Yeah, I'd love to play there.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing how you said they're changing so much. I went in there sometime last year and just started smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And like, cause they were known to be like one of the only places,
Yeah.
Yeah,
bars
that you could
left.
still
And I was
smoke
like,
and stuff.
yeah, it's fine. And then they were like, what are you doing? I was like, oh shit. You
That
guys,
must be
did
a
you guys-
recent change.
Yeah.
then.
This was like last year, like
Mm.
in March. So it's
I guess
been
we
a minute.
played before COVID.
Yeah, it was like most
Yeah.
all my
And
every
I
time
was
I've
just-
played there was pre-COVID.
Yeah. We would
It's-
just breathe the smoke in.
It's a selfish reason to smoke at venues for me, but it's safer. So
hmm
It's nice. Makes you feel like it's the
and it
90s.
doesn't smell like I feel like I feel like a real rock star when there's just cigarette
Mhm.
smoke.
And it's just you can
Make-
see it
giving
in
me
the
a headache,
audience.
yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
But yeah, good answers. Good answers. Cool.
So you learned drums first, and then you learned guitar. What else do you play?
I really like bass.
Okay.
I would definitely play in a band playing bass. I think I like playing bass. I like writing bass lines. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like the funk genre. I was into
Mm.
really heavy like a couple years ago, like an African disco.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really cool.
It's just like pretty much just like African jazz mixed with like American disco, and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
And some of the bass lines are just crazy cool. So that got me really into bass. So yeah, I think bass is one of my favorite
Nice.
things to write, to be
That's really
honest, because
cool.
I feel like I'm not a great guitarist in terms of just like, I don't know, like shredding or anything. But I think bass is just can make a song more interesting. So there's bass. I really want to learn how to play the keyboard. I feel like writing on that just feels more intimate and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I picture like some of the best songs on keyboard, like Elton John or even like Counting Crows. Like they have just so many good piano songs. But yeah, I would love to learn how to play the keyboard and learn
Yeah.
theory
Yeah.
more because I'm not a big theory person. I want to be though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel that.
We're learning something every day, though.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of your favorite bands right now? Like who's inspiring you?
Sophia, for sure.
Oh my god.
Pax,
Oh,
or whatever your
okay.
new
Let's
band name is.
go.
Our new band name is Manic Hotel.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, so
Manic
that'll be
Hotel.
our
I love
newest
it. Yeah.
one.
That's where I would stay.
That sounds fucking.
At the
Well,
Manic
it was so weird.
Hotel.
The way our bass player described it, we were just kind of like picking names, and he's like, "We're all just residents here on this like Manic Hotel," and he was talking about Earth and stuff. And
But that you were like,
and
wait, what was
I
that?
was like, that was way too deep right now, and I can't handle that. But yes.
Really deep, yeah.
I love it. Fuck yeah.
Name it.
Congrats.
So-
Very
cool. I
cool.
feel sorry. I didn't mean to like
No, you're.
tell us your band name.
No, you're totally
Um,
good. I didn't even think about the.
Outed him.
Uh,
Oh
Release
shit!
schedule.
Outed your fucking band name. Sorry. Other bands, I don't know. I listen to a lot of the same old stuff. I feel like you get to a certain age where you're just like, this
These
is
are
what
the
I like.
bands.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep up sometimes.
Mhm.
Sound like such an old geezer. But Maggie Rogers, I really like.
Ooh, okay.
Mainly because the girl I'm talking to sends me her songs, and they're really good. But no, she's a really talented songwriter, and I
Yeah.
feel like I relate to her a lot. She writes really good, like not sappy love songs, but like just really like I feel that,
Yeah.
you know.
I know you recommended me that Tommy Boy song by Kid Smoko.
Yeah,
That was really good.
I can't remember how I came across that song. Yeah, I really fuck with that song a lot. I like keep coming back to it. I guess I'm more of a song guy these days. I used to be a really big album guy, but I just like don't really have the attention span or the
It's
time.
that
Not
attention
even
span.
it's not even the time. It's just like I'm just like I'll listen to the album and be like, oh, I gotta like get up and do something.
Yeah.
Or watch TikToks, and you can't listen to music and watch TikToks.
Yeah.
What would you
Um,
say is like your favorite song right now? Today.
Oh man.
Today?
Not even this
Today.
week, just today.
I mean, I have a favorite song of all time that I always whip out, but
What is it?
it's Human Sadness by The Voids.
Okay.
It's like an 11-minute, like, crazy song.
Yeah.
We should listen to it after in the studio, if possible. Like, just even, like, the first 2 seconds. It has, like, this Bach sample, like some strings, and
Okay.
then 2 bass lines happening.
Wow.
And, like, they harmonize and stuff.
Very cool.
But it's the Voids is the singer of the Strokes side project.
Love
And
them.
I'm a huge fan of them, so he's one of my favorite songwriters and just singers. So, and it's just like a really deep song. But yeah, so that was the cool answer. The favorite song right now, I think another Maggie Rogers song, "I'm Gonna Love You for a Long Time."
Okay.
Is a really good one. Just so like, makes me
Yeah.
want to quit music and become a stay-at-home dad. Like, I don't know. That's the vibe.
I dig
That's the
it.
vibe.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah. I want to ask you guys the same questions, but I don't want to take up the time.
No, it's fine.
This isn't
what
about
about you?
us.
This
It
isn't about
is.
us. This is about you.
Real quick, 2 seconds.
My
favorite song right now.
Right now, it's called Disco Kitchen. I have no idea
Oh,
who it's
shit,
by, but it's
Disco Kitchen?
really good.
Okay, we're gonna listen to
Yeah.
that too.
Oh,
Tristan?
shoot.
You should
Oh my
listen to
gosh, you
it.
put
You're
me
on the spot.
Stuck on the Puzzle by Alex Turner was my most recent.
Oh,
It's very-
Arctic
Ooh.
Monkeys.
yeah.
guy?
The song itself is very Beatles-esque, but it still has like that Arctic Monkeys like tone to it, I guess.
Fuck yeah,
I love
Arctic
'em.
Monkeys are good.
But it's like if Arctic Monkeys and Beatles like kind of like
yeah.
did a project
I'll give
together.
one more song. Are you guys a fan of Dirty Projectors at all?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
I've heard
'em.
of 'em.
Yeah.
Two Doves.
Breakthrough is a really good song. I
Yes.
don't know if you heard it. It has a really good lick. And just a really loud, like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's, like, even
Yeah.
objectively, it's like, okay, that was a little too loud in the mix, but I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a really talented guitarist, too.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They played at Norman Music Fest. I think
Not
this
this year, right?
No, like,
Okay, I was like,
six
shit.
years
Like
ago.
Several years. I do remember him
Yeah.
playing at Norman Music Fest. Like,
Yeah, like that's kind of how
Several
they
years ago.
made their name in Oklahoma. But yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah.
We asked our last guest this. What's your favorite TV show and your least favorite TV show?
Least favorite TV show.
We're talking about shows right now, so now we're TV shows.
Fuck yeah. Right now my favorite is The Bear. On Hulu. It's that one of the guys from Shameless, like the
Okay.
kind of shorter guy with the weird hair, kind of handsome. I don't know. I don't know who's handsome, but whatever.
We're all
And
handsome.
it's like it's about this like chef who comes from like a high-end kitchen or whatever, and then comes back to this city to take care of his deceased brother's restaurant.
Oh,
And it's like really like it's like a barbecue or something. And it's like really different from what he's used to, and he's like tries to run it differently, and everybody there is kind of like not with it yet. So it's
This
it's
guy,
really good.
yeah.
It's really good.
Huh.
But yeah, it just came out. I'd recommend it. And then least favorites. I mean, the obvious answer is like some trash, like fucking reality TV. But sometimes I like
say
that.
Love Island. Don't
I've
say
never
it.
seen that.
Don't say Love is Blind.
Okay, I've never seen that either. But
Do you have like as a band with the whole group? Do you guys have any like pre-performance rituals or any like,
all right, yeah.
or like before you go into a recording something? Do you have like we all do like a kumbaya together, or like we all do a tequila shot together, or just some sort of ritual or something,
Before a show
or any sort of project or like get together?
Yeah, usually during practices, I'll ask our drummer to get six-pack or something. Our guitarist is underage, who's my roommate. He's coming on up in the world. He's getting there in October.
Oh,
Halloween, he turns
okay.
21. So thank God, no more
Let's go.
affidavits or whatever.
Nice, yeah, those are big.
God, yeah. I'm sick of it. Johnny turned 21 already. Johnny. Rituals. Before shows, we're really stressed. We're just trying to set up because we use backing tracks and stuff. So it's like making sure those are working. Other than that, yeah, just drinking. You know,
Trying to
like
relieve
everybody
the
else.
stress.
Yeah. Oh, after practice, we'll play like Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Strikers or something.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Like,
and
decompress.
it'll be in my room, and I just have a bed, and we'll all just be like cuddling and shit.
Hell yeah,
It's totally fine. You
I
know?
love
it's a good
it.
time.
We gotta have our masculine cuddling time, okay?
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
What do you prefer to like perform live or to record?
I think that's kind of interesting because that's I feel like kind of where I live artistically anyway. Is like recording and then live. They're so different. Live is like a 45-minute adrenaline rush for me, and that's just awesome. And then afterwards, I'm like, I'm not that cool anymore. So I get off stage and I'm like, oh, I have to like interact with people and
I don't know
be
what to
all
do with my hands.
yeah, like pick my nose. And then recording is like I'm really bad at recording. You know, like in the way that I just like can't finish anything. I'm sure
Yeah,
you guys can
understandable.
relate is
Yeah.
like starting something and not finishing it. But I love the rush of like being like, all right, I got to finish it this weekend so I can send it off to get mastered. So just having that magic come up naturally is really cool. At least that's how I do it, is like, all right, I have this really good song. It just needs to be finished. And like, I don't know, writing a really cool guitar part at the last like 3 days before and then like just perfecting it. It's really, really satisfying. So I don't know. I think as an artist, recording is way more gratifying to me, and then performing is just way more fun.
Yeah.
So
Do you
I
feel
don't know.
like you're more like introverted or extroverted?
Oh, introverted for sure.
Yeah.
I'm shaking, sweating, and throwing up right now.
So that
just
like
can't see it.
post performance where everyone comes up to you and they're like, I love that part.
Yeah, just like
It's
I'm like
tough.
thanks, and like I don't know. I'm not sure if this is true, but I feel like I've had like girls or people interested in me come up to me and be like try to get like more information from me. I'm like, see ya. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, thank you, and then just leave. I'm terrible like flirter. So
I
yeah,
feel
there's
that.
that, and then like I don't know. I just feel weird about that. Like I don't know. I just don't feel like a rock star after, but I
Right.
feel like it during, and then after I just feel like, all right, you're just a normal person again, which is true. Like I don't know. Sometimes we have too big of
That adrenaline
egos.
just runs out too. I'm always like exhausted after shows, so I
Yeah.
just don't. It's not even that like I feel awkward around people. I just don't want to talk to anybody after. I'm just
Yeah.
like I used every last bit of energy while I was
Yeah.
performing, and now I'm done.
And there's that awkward thing where you're trying to pack up and people are trying to talk to you. I
Yeah.
fucking hate that.
Absolutely.
So if I ever
Yeah.
get roadies, I'm paying them double. I mean,
Just to take care of all of it.
yeah, like that's so important.
What do you listen to on the car on your ride home from a show?
Probably nothing. Just my
Silence.
ears are ringing,
Mhm.
probably. And that's another thing. I've started to wear ear protection, like even at
Nice.
practice, because I'm like,
Smart.
What am I doing?
and it's like it's almost like you can't go back like once you do because it's so loud. Like even if you take them out after you guys are done and like you hear the drummer put the sticks on the snare, it's like holy
"Oh,
shit, that's
wow."
loud. Imagine like just like
yeah.
hearing that for constantly. So
It's hard as a vocalist too to like find that right measure, I guess, of like
I want to ask you
hearing
this:
it.
like when you put those in, like even the shitty like orange ones, do you feel like you sing better?
I feel like I sing worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm like, oh, I can hear the vibrations. I feel like I'm like hitting every note, but maybe I'm not. So.
You might be right, but I just never practiced with them growing up, and so
Gotcha.
like now it's like
It
so
is weird.
foreign to me.
It is really weird.
It's such a weird sound, but definitely something that all musicians should do.
Yeah.
I
wear
have
your ear
bad
protection.
ears
protection.
now.
Yeah.
Super important.
It's bad. Like we need to protect the ears. You know.
So let us know what you are like
Working on promote. Well, like, what do you want to promote? Do you have like recorded music that you are gonna have ready? Any big shows or anything? Or?
I'm just trying to record everything, like older songs that need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to release more songs at once, so like 2-song EP and then like a 3-song. So that being said, in August I will be releasing EP.
There we go. Yeah.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
You said
this'll be
maybe
my
there
deadline.
was a music video coming up.
There's a music video July 15th. July 15th, maybe.
It's okay.
Right
It'll still be
after.
relevant around that time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's for the song's called One Track Woman. One of my favorite songs. It's like a wedding video.
Okay.
I'm not.
Exciting.
I'm married. No, I'm not married. Not yet.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Gilson and 33rd Street for recording us and giving us
Yes.
amazing audio in
Gilson, you're
this
amazing.
beautiful studio and the lava lamps.
Yes. Everybody go check out 33rd Street Studio. Everybody go check out RatF.
Rat Fink.
And thank you for tuning in.
Don't forget to keep your head in the sounds.
We'll see you next week.